that is, especially during these past few months. And it's so crucial to make it that #1 priority. We could create that life that we desire with our health. And there are so many possibilities. And you're going to hear some incredible stories tonight showing those possibilities of what can happen. And you know, we live and thrive in community, and that's a huge part of what we do. And you're all a part of this tonight. And please, we'd love to hear, where are you watching from? Let us know. If you're on the Zoom, you can just go into the chat feature and post that and let us know. Make sure it goes to all attendees. We'd love to see where everybody's joining from. We see that's coming in now. And if you're on Facebook, put that in the comments. Would love to see. So great. Wow, Mississippi, Mount Dora. Hello, everyone. Awesome. So I hope we're coming in clear tonight. I think everything's going good. And also, if you've been on our program, please share whatever you've created in your health, in your life. Maybe it's energy. It might be, more energy, just whatever it is. It might be weight loss. It might be, maybe your numbers are looking really, really good. You've been to the doctor, your blood pressure, your blood sugars. Oh my goodness, so many things. So please share in the chat. And if you're on Facebook, put that in the comments. Because you know what? We are confident that a transformation is in store for each of you. So please share. We'd love to see that. And a little bit about my story. After getting a coach and going through our program, I actually felt like I was back in my 20s. I was down 20 pounds, down 3 sizes. But you know, it was really the joy and the confidence that got restored within myself. And I came from a place of just being stuck in my bad habits, needed to prevent a lot of those family diseases that we had. And just seeing that was so difficult. And I really didn't want to walk that path. And I was a super busy mom. I was working in my husband's office, full-time, nonprofit. So I was busy. That was me. And also, as you can see here, just some of the benefits. I mean, here up on this one picture is in Africa at the AIDS orphanage. And just seeing the kids' faces, that's one of my passions. Being able to do mission work, feeling great, having that energy, travel, the hiking, and just here it's the Rift Valley, looking on the Rift Valley, just being able to do those things. And constantly leveling up to be my best at my optimal health. And as a coach, time to do those things that I love, helping so many and working from home. It's a huge blessing. This next slide of the family pictures, oh my goodness. These are only taken a year apart. And they just speak clearly, don't they? And you're going to hear from Joe, my husband, soon with his story. But the picture on the right, what you don't see is Joe snowboarding, tubing, hiking, mountain climbing, the 14ers. Oh my goodness, playing baseball, serving in missions and places that you need to be healthy to be able to do that work. It's hard work. And just, doing all of those fun things with our children. And what an amazing thing it's been, just to be able to see his transformation, over 100 pounds. And he's going to be sharing later. I'm super excited to hear from him. But, and just being able to do those fun things, those things that you love, that you would love to do. Next up are my good friends and clients, Andy and Marcia. Unmute yourselves and take it away, guys.
Thank you, Rhonda. I'm Andy Sterrett. I'm also a certified health coach. And to tell our story, I'm going to let my lovely wife, Marcia, who was my very first client as a coach, share a little bit of how we got to where we are, and then I'll take over from there.
Okay, so we were looking for an answer. I should say I was looking for an answer. I don't think Andy really was really too interested, to tell you the truth. And I was worried every night. I had had several friends whose husbands had died during the night, and they were in poor health. And so I would often stir Andy during the night to make sure that he was still okay and breathing. That was just something I did quite a bit. And I found myself awake a lot during the night, which is an interesting part of our story. But I was looking for something, and Andy kept saying, well, I have to eat ice cream every night. It just kind of goes, it's part of the DNA of his family. And I was like, I'm sorry, you cannot do that. And I was like, just eat this little ice cream treat. And so we were just really struggling. And, you know, when I look at that picture, I'm like reminded, I thought I looked thin that night. But anyway, it's kind of funny. But so he kept telling me about Dr. Joe, Dr. Joe, Dr. Joe. Dr. Joe has a program, and we need to look at it. And he said we can even eat ice cream on it. And I was like, oh my goodness, well, if we can eat ice cream, you call him and let's get started. And so for like 2 weeks, I was like, did you call that Dr. Joe guy? And then we met with Dr. Joe and Rhonda, and you know, made the decision to get started on the program. And we actually started on March 7th of this year. So if you think about it, that's right before we all went home. And you know, it has been wonderful ever since. We've really developed a new way of living. I've lost 39 pounds. I'll let Andy tell you about his, but together we're over 100 pounds gone. And while everybody was staying home and gaining weight, we were getting healthy. So we can't wait to see what's ahead.
And I've lost 65 pounds as of this morning. I am planning on losing some more. I'm not at my goal weight, but I'm rapidly getting there. And a couple of things are surprising to me. One is they actually, in this program, have an ice cream that I can eat that I really enjoy. But even better, it's the easiest thing I ever did. Anything we've ever tried before involved measuring, counting, stuff that it just didn't make my Andy happy to do it. But this is easy. And I realized very quickly after starting how well it worked, and even more importantly, how good I felt, how much energy I had. Rhonda, I didn't really go all the way back to my 20s, but I really feel like I'm in my 30s now. And that's saying a lot. So basically, I decided to go ahead and pay it forward and help others. And I just am amazed at how quickly people have responded to it and how much they're enjoying it also. So I'm getting the pleasure of helping others, and on top of that, making a surprisingly great income in a very relatively short period of time. So we're really excited. And I think what one of the things that makes it easier than anything is this great community that we have of like-minded people that are doing the same thing and all helping each other and encouraging each other. Thank you, Rhonda. And pass it back to you.
Thank you, guys. Wow. It's just been very exciting to see you come so far, both of you, in your health and just that vibrancy and that healthy glow that you guys have. And so thank you so much. And, you know, next we're going to talk a little bit about optimal well-being. Optimal well-being is healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. And I'm going to go to a slide here. When these things all come together, we call that the trilogy. And that's that sweet spot in the middle. And, you know, we're not always perfect, but it's moving in that direction. You're improving and you're getting better in all areas of your life. And now we're going to talk about healthy body. And I can't think of a better person than Lisa, because she and her family are proof of this hope and the possibilities that we're talking about. So go ahead, Lisa.
Yeah, well, it's first of all, it's great to be here. I love this community. I love any opportunities that I get to share my story, because my story starts about 14 years ago with my mother getting healthy. We also have heart disease in our family, and a lot of um, things that I knew if I did not change, I was going to be on that same track. And it started with my mother getting healthy at 80 pounds. And then I proceeded to go on the program, lose 45 pounds. And then fast forward 14 years, here I am still in this wonderful community, coaching, loving it, keeping my weight off, and just really I thrive on just really wanting to help people, because I was there. I knew the struggle. I knew how hard it was. I knew that if I didn't do anything, that I would be on a very unhealthy track. So I'm so grateful for this community. So it has been 14 years. I have kept my weight off. I contend for my health every day. But this is basically, I get asked this question all the time. What sets you apart from everything else out there? And it really is our 4 components. We have 4 awesome components, and I'm just going to take 1 minute to go through each of these. But it's you get a coach. I think this is just a heartbeat of our program. The coach, my mom happens to be my coach, and she's been a big support of mine all these years. But your coach is probably someone who has experienced what you have experienced. They have walked the journey. They are the person that you are going to connect with, that is your guide. You get your questions answered. You get to celebrate with that coach. It's accountability. And, even on those hard days, your coach is there to walk you through that. You know what? This is not a diet. You did not fail. Let's just pick up and move on. So coaches are so important in our program. And the second one I want to share with is the Habits of Health, the transformational system. This has been a game changer in the last, even the last year, having my clients be able to be part of our new transformational system. This is where the healthy mind part comes in, because we know our program works. We know you're going to lose weight if you do the program, but what's going to make the difference when you come off of reaching your goal and transitioning is not to go back to the same old. So the transformational part of our program is really with the healthy mind. And that's the part that we get to walk with our clients on, the transformation of the mind. So that is a huge component of what we have to offer, is our mindset. I tell people all the time, I lost my weight 14 years ago, but it was the shift I had to make in my mind that has kept it off. The community. Well, this is just a really good example of what our community is like. People hopping on, sharing the stories, loving each other through their journey. The community to me has been the part over the last several years, because I am now a health coach. So I'm in this community that I gain so much support and wisdom from. That's the part, especially in today's world, that when you can connect with people that are positive, that are helping you, it just helps with that. There again, that mindset changing. So the community is so important, and we offer a very, very strong community. We have private Facebook pages that you can be a part of. We have webinars every week that you can listen to. We have calls. We just have a very strong community. And then last but not least is our predictable health program that we will put a client on when they need to lose weight. And this is where I think for me and the years I've coached, this is where the excitement comes with my clients, because it's so simple and it's so outlined. You eat 6 times a day. You only have to take care of 1 meal a day. We take care of the other 5. It's grab and go. It's a low glycemic. It balances your blood sugars. It's predictable. So guess what? You have predictable results. And then after that first week, and then my clients get their first weigh-in, they're excited. And all of a sudden, that what they thought they couldn't do, they feel empowered, because they actually saw results, and they actually saw that it was easy, like you have already heard. And all of a sudden, they start getting excited about their health journey. So those are our 4 components that we offer in our program that has been life-changing for me. If you can see on that slide, that was my before and after. That's my beautiful family. That little boy I was able to adopt at 46 years old, and I tell people this all the time. If I did not reclaim my health back 14 years ago and prepared myself for what really God wanted to do in my life and bring a little guy into my husband and I's life to adopt, what most people would say, are you crazy? You're 46 years old. But the energy and the life I want to give back to this little boy has just been life-changing for my husband and I. So I believe that my health, and that's my why is that little boy, wanting to stay healthy for him and wanting to give him a life that I know that he would not have had. So that's my story. And I started off by telling you about my mom. My mom started getting healthy, and then I got healthy. And then the next person I wanted to introduce is my daughter, Kayla. She was probably someone that you looked at that did not maybe needed to lose much weight. People thought, oh, she's healthy, but I'll let her tell her story. And you can see that we're fit for just about everyone. Thank you for letting me share. Go ahead, Kay.
Yeah, hi, I'm Kayla. So I, kind of like my mom said, I lost 20 pounds on this program, but kind of was known as like the skinny friend, and they would all be like, oh, you don't need to lose weight or anything like that. And I wasn't like overweight, but I had awful, terrible eating habits, and I was all about the food, and I would go to Chick-fil-A 3 times a week. I remember having roommates, and we would get in the car late at night and go drive through McDonald's and get fries and an iced coffee with sugar in it and all this stuff, and just awful habits, and just always looking for the next thing to eat. And so I know that if I didn't change that would have caught up with me, and it was beginning to catch up. And I was starting to feel like jeans were getting tighter and feeling sluggish. And so I actually had a roommate that was wanting to lose weight. And so I was like, well, I know the perfect program. Like, my mom's been so successful on it. Like, we should totally do this. And so we did it together. And I mostly got on it to just kind of help her, keep her accountable, help her through it, because I knew how it all worked. And got on it, and I actually lost 20 pounds during that time, and really realized that I felt so much better, and I had no idea at what a like bad spot I actually really was at, and just realized like how much more confident I could feel and just feeling better. And I didn't realize how sluggish and how gross I felt before. And I mean, I would be the one, I had no energy. Like, in my teenage years, I would literally tell my sister, like, I'll get you a pack of gum if you can go upstairs and get something for me. And so I was like the person that did not exercise, do anything, no energy, and just didn't want to ever go do anything. And so just being able to realize that in my 20s, I have so much more energy than I did even when I was 15, 16, 17. And so that is like crazy to me in that way. And so I love that aspect now of, it's not always about the weight, but it's about just feeling good and not feeling sluggish. And I would literally wake up in the morning and like want to sit on the couch for another hour because I was so tired. And so it's been really great to have energy and be able to not feel that way in my 20s, but I felt like that at 18. So it's been awesome in that way. And I had a lot of transition in my life, and I ended up starting to coach and helping people. I realized that a lot of people my age were struggling with weight, and I realized that this was an awesome way to lose weight and gain just victory in that area. And so I was able to come along and help a lot of people that were struggling and didn't know what to do that. But I was thinking about that today, and I was like, honestly, I'm so grateful that I at this spot now, coaching for a few years in helping people, I just have such great, like, I'm developing such great freedom in the area of coaching, and just being able to really have the ability to be able to do the things that I know God's placed on my heart, and just freedom to create that life and really start dreaming about. There's always those things that you always want to do, but I think we fall, especially young people these days, fall into just trying to survive, and trying to, you have to work to survive. And so this has been a great tool to give me to be able to help people, have people communication, and be a part of people's lives, but also create freedom in areas that I want, and be able to really dream and not feel stuck. And so I've been really excited to help other people, that we don't have to feel stuck, and that we really can start creating that life that we desire and want, and just that freedom, in having freedom to go out and do what you want to do and not be tied to something that isn't what you want to do. So it's been a great journey, and I'm just grateful that this came around. It's definitely been a generational thing, but also come around to help me stay healthy, but also opportunity to go out there and actually do travel and do so many amazing things and have freedom in that way. And just knowing that in my later 20s now, like, I don't have to think to myself, what am I going to do to lose weight? Like, I have a tool, and I love that. And I love being able to help people that are in their 20s and 30s be able to not have to do like the newest thing, or how do you lose weight and all that. So it's been cool to like always have that tool that I'm able to stay on track and not feel like I'm gaining weight ever. So it's been exciting.
Thank you, Kayla. Wow, that is amazing. And, it is about that freedom, right? That freedom in your health, that freedom to be able to travel. Here you are, young and in your 20s. And I love the ripple effect in your whole family. I mean, that's really very, very, that's what it's all about. So thank you so much. And next up, we're going to have Dr. Linda Cox. She is going to be talking about the healthy mind. How can we have that healthy mind? And we have, she's a client as well, one of my clients, and we met on the mission field and continue to meet on the mission field. She's from Austin, Texas. So go ahead and take it away, Linda.
All right. I believe you can hear me now. First of all, thank you so much for having me on. It's really a great opportunity to just tell people about the program and really give people hope. So many things are going out there that we can't control, and this program is a way that we can do something. We have control, and we gain control of our health. And so in healthy mind, healthy body, and even healthy finances. So I'll tell you a little bit about my story. As Rhonda was mentioning there, I met Joe and Rhonda on a mission field. And I think we've been going on mission field about, 11 years now? Hearts of Fire has been in existence, and we've gone every year to a country, a third world country, to give help, medical help particularly, and also just spiritual help as well. And my why really came out of this mission experience, because I'm an obstetrician gynecologist, and so I'm very much tied to the practice. And when you go away and your patients, your partners cover for you, then you kind of have to pay that back. And so I never really was free to go when I wanted to go and needed to go, when I felt God pulled for me to go on the mission field. So my why that I decided to get involved with the program, number one, was to lose 20 pounds. It seemed like we have a 20-pound row there. And it was amazing just losing 20 pounds, how much it changed my life. I didn't have any more knee discomfort. I do ballroom dancing, as you can see there. I'm able to run around with my nephew and play basketball, which was a love that I have. And it really did, it sounds like a little bit, but 20 pounds is extraordinary. When you think about the amount of weight that is on your joints, I read in one study that for every pound of overweightness, there's 4 pounds of extra weight on your joints. So losing 20 pounds conceivably can take 80 pounds off of the load-bearing joints in your body. And so it was just tremendous. A lot of things just changed for me, and I just felt incredibly better, energy-wise. And so it was really important at this point for me to lose the weight. Joe and Rhonda kind of came alongside of me and helped me get on the program. And then I too became a certified health coach, and I began to help other people lose weight. And my job this evening is to talk to you about the healthy mindset. And I think this is really important. I think Lisa alluded to that, is that changing your mindset. And it's so important, creating versus reacting. Dr. A says, stop challenge and choose. You know, you can create a life for yourself and not let life happen to you. Also, we learn how to understand our emotions. I know there are many people out there that are emotional eaters because we let our emotions get away from us, and we don't know what else to do. We let those emotions cause stress in our lives. And before you know it, we're eating everything that we can put our hands on. And so with a healthy mindset that we learn in the program, we learn how to stop and challenge and choose. We learn how to control those emotions. We learn how to make the right choices. And for me particularly, that last one, pursuing purpose and fulfillment, was so very important because I had a mindset. I had this goal that I wanted, which was to be free to go, be free to do, to travel when I wanted to go on the mission field when I wanted to have this life of freedom. I think several of us have already talked about that. And not just not free to be free, but free to do things that I know I'm supposed to do. And one of those big things is to do mission work. And so for me, being in the program, becoming a certified health coach, I am not only able to affect people's lives when they have something going on in their life that they need to see me for, but I'm also able now to affect people's lives before they get into trouble with having different problems associated with their weight. And in my field, there are a lot of different areas. People have abnormal bleeding or infertility. There's a number of problems in my field that are very much weight related. Even some of the female cancers have now been shown to be very much weight related. And so I'm able now to help people before they get into these kinds of troubles and before they get into these areas of concern. And for me, that brings a lot of purpose and fulfillment. I had a young man who just started this past week, lots of different issues, lots of different problems. And he texted me his weight scale, and he had lost 15 pounds in the first week. It was incredible because just eating healthy, drinking water, which was so important, just really his body was just detoxing, and he was just amazed and is beginning to feel really great. And so for me, that's a great fulfillment. And probably the last thing I'd like to say is that I learned that I can't take people where I've never been. And so when I'm asking my clients, hey, dream big. Hey, what if you couldn't fail? What would you do? What things would you accomplish? And I said, well, you've got to ask yourself those things. I've got to dream big, and my mindset now has to dream big. What things can I do if failure was not an option. And so I have to exemplify that mindset I want to have my clients have. And Joe and my coaches have just been amazing at helping me do that. And they'd always say, you know, you're not dreaming big enough. There's more. And so that's been really amazing too. Is just helping people change their mindset and realizing that there's hope for them, and that they can attain it. And the way that they will sustain it is their mindset change. So thank you a lot. Thanks again for having me on. And now my pleasure. I think I'm gonna turn it over to Joe Pecoraro, I believe, or I turn it. And one of the things I'd like to do is just introduce my coach, and it's Joe Pecoraro. And he and Rhonda have been really responsible for this huge ripple effect with this health program. So many people have been helped, and so many people have regained freedom in their lives. And they've been extremely influential to me from a health coaching standpoint, but also just as mentors, just as fellow Christians, people trying to do the right thing and helping other people around the world, and to be able to see God and see it in a very tangible way. And so Dr. Joe is going to share with us, I believe, the health coaching aspect of this program, and I'll just give it to him. Take it away, Dr. Joe.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Alinda. Yeah, it is. It's very exciting to hear all these stories and realize how important what we do is. And while yes, it's true, I am going to share a little bit about finances, but first I really want to share about my transformation, because my transformation, although we have definitely had total life transformation, and it's not just health, it's also financial and just the way we live, because this slide, I think, kind of says it all. What we want to do with other people is awaken their potential and help them transform. Because when I look at that picture of me in the upper left there, I probably thought I was looking okay. And I don't know what I could have been thinking, but a lot of people might not have looked at me and thought that I had the potential to be the other person. But I had it in my heart, and I know that you probably have something in your heart that other people don't see. But the fact that I lost 123 pounds 15 years ago and have kept it off is not the incredible feat. The incredible feat is really the difference that my body and the way I think has undergone over that time. Because as Rhonda had alluded to, it's not the weight that we lose, it's what losing that weight allows us to be able to do, to be able to run up and down mountains, to be able to hike to the waterfalls, to be able to travel those long trips to Africa and India and Philippines and Singapore, and be able to do it comfortably, actually fitting in the seats, is something that I hadn't experienced in the first part of my life. So as some of the others had talked about, I was telling someone the other day, I truly am in better shape now at 62 than I was when I was half my age. I can do more. I'm more physically fit. I'm sure my arteries are probably much clearer because of all the years of eating properly, because of our structured eating program. But what about some of what health coaching has done for us? Because health coaching is really a big part of this. And it's given us freedom to control our time, freedom to do the kind of travel that we've talked about as we please. And that all comes with the opportunity to assist those we love who are frustrated with their weight or struggling for energy, because so many people out there are. And at the same time, it allows us to sow into the mission organization that we created that helps so many of the less fortunate around the world. So you've heard the other coaches talk about this program. And finances do impact everyone's life. In fact, it's a large part of our lives. A lot of people struggle with the basics, being able to pay their mortgage, being able to pay their rent, making their car payments on time or every month, even their own food bills sometimes. And the stress of these burdens not only causes poor health in and of itself, but it causes poor choices on both your health and also the way we think. Especially now that unemployment and underemployment are so high, these stresses and these burdens have been addressed by our founder, who happens to be a good friend of mine, because he created a system where you can become a health coach. And we call that the last component of our lifelong transformation system, because it makes so much sense for most people. Not only do you get healthy, but as a health coach, you can train up others to get healthy as well. And in fact, we have studies that show very clearly that people who are our clients that then become coaches are 5 times more likely to keep their weight off. So imagine that. By helping others on their journey, your success increases by 500%. What a fantastic concept. Helping others helps yourself. And you heard them talk about health coaching, keeping us more accountable, because we know that if we're accountable to other people, we'll be more accountable to ourselves. You know, I've been a surgeon for more than 30 years, dealing with all kinds of health issues. And when I saw this program, I knew right away that this was the key to optimal health for me and my family. And I know that it is for a lot of you today. And seeing the way our finances were able to grow and what we were able to experience while I was working more than 100 hours a week, I know that it's also a great financial opportunity for you today, just as it was for us. Because I left the daily grind of a private practice. And I'm extremely grateful for everything I was able to do in that arena for people. But I also saw how big the industry of health and wellness had become. And the world is changing. And during this changing time, a lot of people are rethinking their lives. They're rethinking their directions. And they know they need to reset and redirect. And we saw this opportunity 15 years ago as a way for us to do what's important for us, to do the things that are of value in our lives. And I think everyone, it's not hard to see these days that health and wellness is a big industry. And I don't know if you know how big it is, but according to the Global Wellness Institute, this is a $4.5 trillion business. And trillion's a big number. I mean, it's 1,000 millions. And that's a big, big number. And just think about it. It's an opportunity for us, if you want to help people get healthier, build their immune systems, especially during these times, and live robust and fulfilling lives. Because health-related businesses right now are growing 4 times the average of other businesses. And as a health coach, we have the opportunity not just to tap into that market, but to be able to help people in the process. So what exactly is this opportunity? Well, it's a health coaching business is a way for you to be able to provide health and financial solutions for yourself and for other people. Because as a health coach, you're an independent business owner. You don't have a boss. Instead, we have an apprentice-style leadership training. And you can be part-time or full-time or spare time. I know when I was working those 100 plus hours a week, I didn't have a lot of time to grow a business, but we were able to find cracks of time, just little pieces here and there. And because we didn't need experience because of the apprentice-style model, we were able to work alongside our mentor. Just as you heard Kayla talk about working alongside her mom, and Lisa, her mom, and Andy talk about Rhonda, and Alinda working with me. We're all working alongside each other as a team building each other up. And your hours are flexible and your pace is flexible. It really just depends on what you want. And to know that the training is there, we have it live, we have it on demand, and really you're just a phone call or a click away from support whenever you need it. And during the process, you become a much better version of yourself. So anyone can learn to succeed as a health coach. I mean, we've seen bookstore owners, business owners, you've heard a stay-at-home mom, millennial entrepreneurs, physicians, artists, IT professionals, roofers we've had, contractors, choir directors. Anyone can succeed as a health coach. And as far as what you can expect as compensation, it's whatever you want. Whatever your time and your desires are willing to put forth, because you can make a few $100s a month if that's all you want. And you can make executive level incomes like some of the people you're hearing tonight, because we're paid very well to do good things for others in this world. And so please talk to the person who invited you on tonight, because we do. We all support each other through encouragement and chipping in whenever needed. And that's what this is all about. I mean, this is about a community of like-minded people moving forward. And so now I get to introduce another colleague of ours who's a stay-at-home mom also, mother of 4, which is probably the hardest job in the world. And Leslie, this program hasn't only helped her with her own health, but it's helped her with her family's health, and it's also helped her family financially. So, Leslie?
Thank you so much, Dr. Joe. I appreciate this opportunity to share with you all tonight. And I'll just give you a little background on me. As Dr. Joe said, I'm married and I have 4 kiddos who are between the ages of 6 and 14. I am a stay-at-home mom, but I'm also now, I have the blessing to health coach full-time. Prior to health coaching, I stayed home with my kids for 14 years. And before that, I was working as a physical therapist and personal trainer. And about a year ago, about a year and a half ago, really, I started thinking about how I was going to spend my extra time once my youngest went to school full day. And a very good friend of mine, Kathy, had done this program a few years ago, and she had found great success on this program. I watched her shrink, and the bigger thing that caught my attention was that I saw her learn ways to maintain her weight loss. And she became a health coach and started helping a lot of people. And so that intrigued me. So I started looking into this program, and really the more I looked into it, the more I wanted to learn and the more I was drawn to it. And so I started considering health coaching, but I knew I had to try the program first myself to know what it was like if I was going to health coach. I did have a couple health goals. One was to lose 10 to 15 pounds, and the other, really the bigger one, was to gain energy. I was tired all the time, you guys. I was taking a nap every day, about 2 o'clock until 2:30, a power nap to get me through the last half of my day when my kids got home from school. And honestly, when I'm tired, I just don't show up in my life as well as a mom or as a wife, and that really bothered me. So I was hoping that this program could help with my energy and help me with some weight loss. I came into the program at a healthy weight, but again, the fatigue was the biggest issue. And so I noticed after about a week and a half on program that my energy became very consistent throughout the day. I no longer needed that power nap. I had consistent energy from the time I woke up till bedtime. And that was huge for me. I went on to lose 15 pounds. And at that point, I realized I definitely wanted to pay this gift forward and start helping other people on their journeys. And honestly, I have not looked back. I started health coaching in May of 2019. And it has been truly a huge blessing to me and my family. The first thing is it has helped me just to become a better version of myself. I've grown, I've taken more risks. I've stayed consistent in my health journey. It's helped with that and accountability. It's been super fulfilling for me and a lot of fun as well. Sometimes I can't believe I'm getting paid to do what I do. But lastly, and this is it's been a huge blessing financially. That's what I want to talk a little bit about tonight or expand upon. When I first started health coaching, I did not know how to dream. Alinda alluded to dreaming and how Dr. Joe and Rhonda have helped her with that. That's what this community does. It helps you to think about what is possible in your life. And so when I started, I didn't know how to dream. My first goal was to be able to pay for my food, which I did very quickly. And so then I moved my next goal to being able to pay for a cleaning lady, which I now have, which is wonderful. A huge blessing to me. And I noticed as I plugged more and more into this community that it just caused me to dream and really ask myself, what do I want in my life? And not only am I dreaming, my husband and I are having these conversations. My husband and I are having these talks with our kids. We've come up with a poster with all of our dreams. And really what I've learned is I want to be financially free and have that freedom, not from the sense of being debt free, although that's great, but free to make decisions, not being influenced by finances, knowing that you can say yes to opportunities that God puts in your path because the finances are there. And so as I've thought about that, it's just opened my mind to dreams that I've never thought possible. One of the dreams my husband and I have is to pay for our children's college education. And so it's been wonderful because, you know, we've been able to set aside some extra money through this health coaching for that purpose. Another blessing has been the activities that my kids are involved in. They all are involved in multiple things and it costs money. And so knowing that that's not a stress on our family, knowing that our kids can do the activities they love and it's not going to stretch us has been awesome as well. And then we've been able to be extra generous to our church and other ministries with the extra income that has come in. So it's been a huge blessing, and I'm just so grateful for this gift and the freedom that we're finding in it. And I just really desire to pass this gift on to anyone that is looking to find freedom in their health or in their finances or even in both. And so if that's something you're looking for, I just really encourage you to be open to exploring this gift. I'm so grateful for it. And I just thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share it tonight, Dr. Joe.
Thank you so much, Leslie, for sharing from your heart tonight and saying yes for yourself, your own health, yes to help others and change their lives and impact their lives. That's really what we do, right? And thank you so much, and saying yes to your family too. So, you know, if you've been on this call and maybe wondered, could this be my time to say yes and step into that life that you are meant for? Follow up with whoever invited you tonight, whoever cared enough to invite you tonight, loved you enough to invite you tonight. And those of you who just heard about the coaching opportunity and all the fun that we're having and seeing the passion, helping other people get incredible results, this is a great time for you to be a part of that and to say yes. So you don't need to be an expert. You just need to have a heart to help other people get results. So we link arms with you and share the tools for you to get started. So your next step is just to simply follow up with that person who cared enough to invite you on tonight, and they'll let you know what you need to do to get started. So good night, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Good night.